Okay, so I think the biggest waste on the 1000th episode of Raw was the match between Brodus Clay and Jack Swagger. That could have been used wisely for something else. And Jack Swagger apparently lost once again. He's still a jobber and it's pissing me off.
Yeah, man. It's so stupid. Like, even Michael Cole, he mentioned it. He's like, "Oh, I think Jack Swagger has hit rock bottom," or something like that. It's like WWE even acknowledges that they're using him as this jobber. They're making him lose. That's why he's hit rock bottom now. And frankly, I think he should have at least won that match. What the hell? Why do you want to see him lose all the time? If you want to make things fresh and interesting for the audience, you should make him win. Jack Swagger should win. And he's had his time as champion, and I know that he lost his push, and there were rumors that it's because of his arrogance and ego backstage, and that's why he was demoted to jobber status. But he's paid his dues. He's had his 2 years of losing and doing all this crappy stuff. I think he's due for another push. And if he's not gonna, if he's gonna, I mean, why let him lose against Brodus Clay? I mean, he already showed his potential against Ryback the week before, and WWE purposely didn't make the match actually start. They wanted to show Swagger's strength and didn't want him to lose officially to Ryback. And I think it's set up for some storyline where Swagger will eventually win against Ryback.
Yeah, and if Swagger is to have a feud with Ryback in the future or next week, then it would make sense for Swagger to show off his skills at the 1000th episode by beating Brodus Clay. Beat this big guy, and that means the fans will be all like, "Oh, maybe Swagger might win after all against Ryback."
Yeah, that's right. And the whole Big Show sticking his nose in to my business when he shouldn't even be. Like, what the hell? Me versus Big Show is hella old now. He should be getting the hell out of there. He should get the F out of my storylines. But instead of Big Show like interrupting, I think it would be a fresh breath of fresh air if it was Swagger instead of Big Show that interrupted the match.
Yeah, I agree. Or even if they did want Big Show to be in there, instead of Swagger being Big Show, have Swagger come in there and help save you. That would be like that would get the crowd all interested and confused too. They would be all like, "Oh, what? Why the hell is Swagger helping Cena?" Swagger can come in, push Big Show away, and get him out of the ring. That way, it can show some sort of face turn with Swagger. Because ever since Vicky Guerrero had Swagger and Ziggler be the heels, and obviously Ziggler is still being a heel, why not make Swagger into a face, Because Swagger's already has time as a heel. So it would be much more interesting if Swagger came out and helped get Big Show away.
Yeah, but then I guess they needed The Rock. They need some sort of interference for The Rock to come help save me, and show that CM Punk is gonna turn heel because CM Punk has to attack The Rock.
Right. So I guess, yeah, if Swagger was the one that attacked you, he would still be heel. I think that would still be good. But if you want Swagger to be face for once, then he should have came in there and helped beat up Big Show, get Big Show out of the ring. But then all of a sudden, do something where like Swagger obviously failed to keep Big Show out because Big Show comes back in. And then that's when The Rock has to save you from the Big Show. See, incorporate Swagger into it somehow. And then, because Swagger attacked Big Show to help save you, maybe they'll eventually have a storyline between Big Show and Swagger, just like back then when Swagger was champion and he was feuding with Big Show. It would be a renewed feud, except this time Big Show's the the heel and Swagger's the face this time. So it's kind of like uh, pushing Swagger again. We need more top stars. Ziggler's being pushed. We need Swagger to be pushed, as well as Ryback. So might as well do it now, because The Rock and all these guys aren't gonna be here forever. They were just here for the 1,000th episode, so might as well have Swagger and Ziggler and Ryback pushed while there's still time. Because the product is gonna die out once all of us veterans are out. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Swagger, he needs to stop jobbing. Seriously, freaking WWE. Yeah.